Good afternoon. Welcome to this session on supporting your child with their transition to post-16 educational training after year 11. This session is going to be recorded, so it can be sent out to other parents as well. We're going to have a couple of presenters and then we'll stop recording, and then you can ask questions afterwards if you've got any. So we've got Steve here from Connections and we've got Anne-Marie from South Essex College. So we'll start with you first, Anne-Marie.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Anne-Marie, as Charlotte said, and I'm an additional support manager at South Essex College's group. So a bit about our college. You may have already visited or you may not, but we have 5 campuses. So we have one at Southend, one in Basildon Town Centre, one at Luckin Lane in Basildon, one at Stevenson Road, one at Thurrock, and we also have a backstage campus at Purfleet. There is support, additional learning support at each campus. We have a very big additional learning support team across all campuses. Sometimes there's slightly different processes regarding taster and induction events at the campuses, but it's pretty much kind of standardised. The best information you can find is from the college website for the range of courses, the entry requirements and the progression routes. So essentially our team and how it works at college. So we identify, assess and provide additional learning support for learners with a wide range of neurodiversity. This ensures that every learner can maximise their potential learning achievements regardless. We identify, assess and provide additional learning support for learners with many needs, physical and some learning needs, and this ensures every learner can maximise their potential. The support can be in class via student learner coaches. So you may know them as LSAs or TAs, but we call them student learner coaches. And these can be in class in small groups. It may be one-to-one. It may be hover support. So we're very student-centred. And if a learner has an EHCP, we put support in which works towards achieving their EHCP outcomes. So our main aim is to ensure that all learners with SEN can access the curriculum and achieve their outcomes, regardless of any additional challenges they face. We also offer mentoring, modification of resources for people that may have hearing or visual impairments. We run workshops, which drop in very often. A learner can just come along and get support if they need it, but it's not routine. We also provide exam access arrangements and sensory support. So we adapt all of this to meet the young person's needs as required. So if a learner does have an EHCP, we'd like to know about it quite early so we can look at what the plan says and what needs we need to meet and what provisions we need to put into place. So before college begins, you may already know this, but we have 3 open events per campus in an academic year. All the open event dates are on the website. And upon application, we always say, be honest and give us evidence, because we're not mind readers. So we need to know what works for you. And as I said earlier, we're student-centred and we want to give you the best support you can have in college in order to achieve your goals. So when I say give evidence, I mean evidence such as any documents from school, exam access arrangements evidence. It's all really important. The more we have before you start, the more we can get it right when you're there. And once you've made the application, you will be invited to a taster event. Again, once you apply through our HEI apply system, you'll get communications all the way through. So it's important you check your emails, and it's really important that the person who applied using that email checks their email. So if it is the young person, check them weekly, because it might tell you that there's a taster event turning up in the near future. We can also do transitions to college. So if you're particularly anxious about how college will be for you and you want to visit a few times during a working day, feel free to get in contact with us and ask for that. Once we've flagged up that you've applied and that you've declared that you have SEN, we will invite you in for an ALS interview, particularly if you have an EHCP. And at this like a chat really, it's just for us to fill in a questionnaire about what your needs are and how you had them met previously and how you'd like them to look at college. So as I say, honesty is important. We need to know all about you so we can put the best support in. for you is very important to us. So yeah, make sure that we have a copy of the plan. We will need to be consulted by the local authority and agree to meet need. I would just say, no matter what course you apply for, it's a conditional offer. So it's not really based on a specific course. It's subject to meeting the grades and the conditions, maybe such as attending a taster day. So if, for example, on GCSE day, you don't get what you need, or whatever other qualifications, you don't get what you need for the course you've applied for, still come along at the time we've invited you. Again, that will be all on your HEI apply system, and come in and chat to somebody. So the process works there. You'll be given a slot to come in on, bring in some ID, bring in your grades, and you initially talk to the teaching team in the area that you've applied for. The teaching team will be able to advise. So say, for example, you've applied for level 2 arts and design, and that required 2 3s. This is an example, it isn't necessarily what's in the prospectus. If you then on that day wake up and you've got 2s, come in, you may be able to go onto a level 1 course. And conversely, if you get higher grades, you may be then able to go onto a level 3 course. So that's the sort of process. Once you come for enrolment, you speak to the teaching team, they'll get your offer to you, and then you can come to additional learning support. We're at every campus during enrolment, and you can come and sit and chat with us. If you haven't done a questionnaire, you can do that on the day. You can also speak to funding. You can also speak to safeguarding. Once you've gone through the processes, you will then go to actually do the paperwork. And then after that, you'll get your photo taken and your lanyard given to you. And then you should be told when you'll be getting your timetable and your start dates. So sometimes you get them earlier, sometimes you might have to wait a little bit. So once you start college, if you're on a course and after a couple of weeks you're thinking, I'm not convinced this course is for me, it's really important to flag that up with the tutor, with the support member of staff. We have a scheme called Swap Don't Drop. So our intention is that if you're not enjoying your course, if you tell us, we can look at alternatives. We have a careers team at the college as well. You can speak to someone in careers and you can get your course changed over. I would say the only thing is, try to do it as early as possible to make sure you're not too far behind on your new course and that there's places available. So we try to do everything to make your college experience and your college journey as easy as possible for you, and hopefully you'll have a really good experience with us. But as I said, we do have a big support team. We have got people in place to support. So, never worry about coming unsupported. So I'd say the top 3 important things for us really is apply early. I know most of you maybe have already applied now. This allows us time to find and gather the evidence we need to gather about your support. Give us paperwork or evidence of need. It really helps because we can start gathering this now on making student folders, put all your information in, getting profiles together. So that's another thing. Every student with SEN will have a profile, and that profile is shared with the tutors. So the tutors will be able to see any needs you've got and any provisions you're required to put those needs in place. Any outcomes from your EHCP are also on our system. So tutors and us work together to meet the needs of the learner. And also, if you do have an EHCP review, make sure you mention that South Essex College is your choice, because then the local authority can consult with us and we can look into meeting need. But apart from that, I think you'll have a wonderful experience at college. We've got a wide range of courses. We've got good locations and good tutors and fantastic support. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it if you do come to us. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Steve, do you want us to share your screen?
Okay, I'm hoping that's okay. Do I need to do anything else, or are you happy it looking like that?
It's fine. It's perfect, Steve.
Okay, so hi there. I was going to say good afternoon, but you might be watching this in the morning, so I'll just say hello. I'm Steve. I'm a careers advisor with Connections, and my job was just to explain a little bit in a broader sense what the Positive Destinations program is all about. So going into the first bit, I often get told by both young people and parents, you have to stay in school until you're 18. Not strictly true. The whole thing is called raised participation age, and it says here it is expected that young people do some form of educational training until their 18th birthday. That can be full-time education in something like a school, sixth form or college. It can be work-based learning, such as an apprenticeship, even part-time educational training if employed. So it's very flexible about what people can actually do. And if anybody has any concerns, my suggestion is speak to someone from the Career Service Connections, and we can sort of talk through those various options, and we'll go from there. Excuse me. Next, the qualifications, again, a bit of a mystery to some, but broadly speaking, it goes like this. If a student achieves grade 1, 2 or 3, they have achieved a level 1 qualification. If a student achieves grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, they have achieved a level 2 qualification. So you can tell from there that at the end of year 11, the maximum level you can have achieved is a level 2. From there, it depends how many level 2s you've got, or level 1s, what you can do next. So it could be that some students are going on to an entry level program where, because they've achieved no grades at all, some might be going on to a level 1, some might be going on to a level 2, and some might even be going on to a level 3. So there are a number of different progressions with different lengths of time and different levels. So again, if a college says, we're offering you a level 2 travel and tourism program, you know that broadly equivalent to a GCSE level. On the other hand, there are apprenticeships. They come for school leavers, broadly speaking, at 2 levels. Level 2, which is intermediate, and level 3, which are advanced. And the golden ticket for those, broadly speaking, are at least a grade 4 in English and maths. So I won't bore you with all the other. There are, in fact, 8 actual levels plus an entry level, so that's 9 in total. I won't bore you too much more with that, but that's broadly how all the levels work. So further education is normally defined as a college, such as South Essex College, which you've just heard a little bit about, or a sixth form, or something like that. If they've applied to college, my advice to students, parents, etc., and carers is that they have applied to more than one place. They're allowed to apply to as many as they want. And then on GCSE results day, I'm reliably informed, that is the 21st of August, you will then know which place or places are open to you. And from there, you can make a decision. Usually, if you've been offered a level 3 course, but you don't quite get the grades, they will usually move you down to a level 2, particularly if that's a college. Some sixth forms are a little bit more robust in what they're saying, and if you don't get the certain amount of grades, they're very sorry, they can't offer you an alternative. So that's why I would always recommend applying to more than one place. Apprenticeships. Not so straightforward, although in reality they're straightforward to actually do. They're a little less straightforward to find and go on to. They can be found on the Find Apprenticeship service.gov.uk. One has to be aware that one cannot start an apprenticeship until after the 27th of June. That is the official leaving date for all Year 11s. So and that includes those who might have an August birthday. So yes, you can start an apprenticeship when you are 15, as long as you're 16 by August the 31st. They are likely to be level 2s or level 3, level 2 intermediate, level 3 advanced, and will probably /usually /often need English and maths at grade 4. There are some exceptions. For some occupations, there are very few vacancies. That's again one of the many challenges that we have to go through. And really, broadly speaking, for apprenticeships, if you can imagine a triangle with the young person being one point of the triangle, the employer being another point of the triangle, and a training provider, which could be South Essex College or any number of other training providers, being the third point of the triangle. If you have all 3 points of the triangle covered, you have an apprenticeship. So, if you're still uncertain about your next steps, speak to a careers advisor. I would say that, wouldn't I? Because I am a careers advisor. And a student finishes education on the last Friday in June, even if their last exam is on the 14th of June. They are not officially 16 until June the 27th. And that includes those students who are 16 on August the 31st. I know this because my daughter has an August the 30th birthday. So I hope that's clarified that. You'll be pleased to know we're all over halfway through. So GCSE results day. Speak to the school on GCSE results day. If results are better or worse than expected, that's why having a backup plan is important. Follow the relevant college advice. You've already heard a little bit about that. They might say, come along on the 1st of September for your enrolment. If there are any doubts, the college might not thank me for this, but if there are any doubts, take a packed lunch and go and join the queue on the day of results. Equally, Southend Careers Service have a drop-in. Usually the following day, we will make sure that that information gets out there. Again, for those who have second thoughts, can't do what they plan to do, or any other scenario, there will be something for everyone. So this program, attendance and behaviour expectations. It is very likely, almost certainly, that the place that the young person is going to, be it a place of employment or a place of education, will have a different set of expectations, etc., and so on. Equally, that college sixth form employer may very well not keep a parent or carer informed. The onus becomes very much more on the young person. That's not true in every circumstance, but in most circumstances. I met a parent last year who had gone along with said student for their first year results and had been told by the college that that student hadn't been attending for at least 2 months. So if you have any concerns or whatever at all, make sure you contact the said provider to make sure what is actually happening is actually happening. So be aware that there are a different, not better or worse, just different processes that each provider, employer, etc. has. So this program is designed to support transition. I work as a careers advisor. The challenging half term is the first 6 weeks through to October half term. There will be a fortnightly check-in arranged by the school that your young person has attended. It will provide a fortnightly check-in with your child to help them stay on track and support them with any concerns, challenges, etc. We heard about the swap, don't drop. So there is some means of offering support and help. The programme aims to help them achieve a sustained destination. It's all very well having a destination on the 1st of September. Is that destination the same on the 1st of October or 1st of November? So that is why there is this programme there to put in additional support. How will it work? Every fortnight from June 2025 until January 2026, your child will be contacted by a member of the school team. Remembering it can go back to that June because, of course, some are going straight into employment immediately after year 11. They will ask them if they are still positive, that they will stay in their chosen course, etc. and so on. They also send through links, motivational videos, top tips, etc. and so on. So it's there. It's a bit like a second parachute, shall we call it that? So we have worked hard to support your child through careers. This is the schools and programs talking. Partial program to encourage them to secure a college course or training place or whatever else. So we have vested interest in all of this. And I know the schools can contact the local career service should they be unable to help support, etc. and so on. So it's a funded program. It's there. Please feel free to use it. So what do we need from you as parents, carers, etc.? Oh, here's a big one for me. Contact details constantly change. I'm supporting a student at the moment, and she said she had at least a dozen email addresses. Why does she have a dozen email addresses? Because every time one email fills up, she opens up another one. Mobile numbers change and so on and so forth. Bit difficult for us to contact if they are changed. So please keep us informed of the most current contact information. Have conversations in advance with your child, young person. How are they feeling about it? Are they concerned? What are they concerned about? There is still opportunities to go into the college, go into wherever, get familiarised with all that's going to happen to them. If they've never ever travelled to Luckin Lane or Thurrock campus, suggestion, it might be worth going to do that, maybe on public transport or whatever else, so that they get familiar with everything that they are going to be doing, so that we can overcome all those concerns. So I'm nearly there. Unfortunately, my colleague Tracy has an incredibly sore throat and wasn't able to make it today, but that's who we are. We will be supporting said schools with this. It won't be us contacting every 2 weeks, but we're on hand should we be needed. So I think that just about concludes my presentation. I'm not sure whether that was 13 minutes, but I tried to get fairly close. Thank you.